For today's tutorial, I'm going to just continue tracing her. I'm going to open my brushes panel and I'm going to choose the appropriate brush for whatever it is I'm working on. And so I will just speed up through this and you can watch, and I will stop if I have tips for you. For the pupil of the eyes, I'm going to use the shape tool and create an oval. And so think about things. If she was looking straight on, I could have used a shape tool for the iris as well. So use the shape tool as needed for whatever it is you're working on. I'm going to copy that and paste it for the other eye. And that's looking a little bit weird, so let me zoom in and see what's going on. And just remember that you've got your two top tools. The top one is the selection tool, and that is for grabbing an entire object and moving it around. And the second one is the direct selection tool, and that is for making any adjustments to your paths and points. Notice I'm on snap to point, so when I was trying to make those adjustments, I was noticing it was snapping. I also have smart guides on, and that doesn't bother me, but if the smart guides are bothering you, then just turn them off. As you're working, make sure that your shapes are close. So you'll notice that my eye shape right here isn't quite close. So I'm going to go to my direct selection tool and just grab that node and move it over so that that is a closed shape. It's going to be important that these shape areas are closed because you're going to be dumping paint in Photoshop. So we're going to go back to the raster program, Photoshop, where there are pixels, and we'll be dumping paint. And so we cannot have areas where that color will leak out. So please pay attention to that. Okay, also you don't want to completely outline the nose. You just want to show touches of the nose. And for some reason, my stroke and fill keep switching. I don't know why that's happening, but I've been catching it. So please pay attention to make sure that you don't have anything weird like that going on. At this point, I'm just checking around to see if I've missed anything, if I have any areas that need to be closed. So I'm going to Command 0, open my layers panel, and turn my image layer off so I can look just at the trace layer and see if it looks okay. And one other thing, I think I did figure out why it kept switching from fill to stroke, and that is because I was not closing a shape. I was just doing lines that aren't closed areas, and so therefore it's going to put a stroke on it. So don't bother switching back to stroke. It's just going to keep you on stroke. So you can just start off in stroke unless you're using the shape tool like I used for the pupils of the eye. In that case, you want to switch it to fill instead of stroke. All right, so I think that she's looking pretty good. One thing, I can try to do some of her bottom teeth here, and if that doesn't look good, I'll just undo it. And I think that's going to be it for today. Okay, the teeth are interesting, so I think I like it without the teeth. So I'm going to Command Z a couple times until those go back. In Illustrator, every time you hit Command Z, it'll undo, unlike Photoshop where it just goes back and forth. So I think that looks better. Maybe I will put the outline of her tongue in there, however, but didn't really like the teeth too much. Okay, so I think that looks better. So at this point, I'm going to File, Save. Next time, we're going to grab this trace and we're going to take it into Photoshop.